And Prince Harry's testimony today in the High Court was dripping with endless poor me sob stories rooted in mistruths. Perhaps none more so than this moment where the Duke wondered how the press knew about his relationship with Chelsea Davy, forgetting the fact the romance was already public knowledge.
In your witness statements, you say you can't understand how any of the media knew where you and Ms Davy were, or who she was with at the time of the article. By the time of the article in the Daily Mirror, her identity and your relationship were already in the public domain, weren't they?
Yes, but I was besieged with photographers at the remote polo ranch in Argentina and don't understand how, because only Chelsea, myself and Marco Dyer had arranged it.
So, I want to know what you think. After wrapping his woe is me testimony, do you agree that Prince Harry is a victim? Dan at gbnews.com, vote in our poll at GB News on Twitter. The results shortly, but to help you make up your mind, I'm joined in the studio and going head-to-head. The socialite and royal expert, Lady Victoria Hervey, and the famous journalist, Nina Mishkov. So, Lady V, Harry wants for us to believe that he's a victim. I don't think we should feel sorry for him at all.
Yeah, I mean, look, Harry is going to keep playing victim. This is all he seems to be able to be good at, and I think Meghan, all she does is just prod him, and he's like a little performing monkey, and then he reacts, and then he starts another lawsuit and another lawsuit, and this one is just making him look so bad, actually. It's completely, like, backfired. And obviously his lawyers, it's almost like his lawyers have set him up. I don't know how he found these lawyers, but they have not done their research at all.
Well, he hasn't done his research.
Well, he hasn't done his research, and he just seems to be talking about Chelsea Davy and, you know, obviously not very happy in his relationship with Meghan Markle.
I mean, Nina, you really feel Harry is a victim, but how?
No.
I mean, this is a guy who has had more privilege than virtually anyone in the Western world, and he wants us to feel sorry for him.
What is a victim? A victim is someone who's put in a situation over which they have no control. Now, Harry had no control over what was printed about him in the press, and we're talking about 8 hours on the stand, and the little instance you've picked out is just one instance over 8 hours. Now, that's not a lot. There was 140 odd articles that he's talking about, and this is a 33 sample cases, as it were. Now, for heaven's sake, you said about Chelsea Davy. Look, everyone's got a past. Everyone's got a first love.
But
no.
He should be just like looking into the future and stop going backwards.
He's married, Nina, to the woman who he claims is the love of his life, and yet he seems more unhappy than he's ever been in his life.
America to get away from everything,
He has decided to take on the press, who made his life hell over many, many, many years, and made his mother's life hell over many years.
Well, Nina, I want to pick you up on the Princess Diana thing, and I'll let you respond. But I think there is a lot of misleading stuff being put out there about Princess Diana. Remember, I adore Princess Diana, but she used the media, Nina, constantly and consistently, and the media were her best mates in a lot of cases.
Some of them. That's how she fought it. That's how she fought it, by giving her own story. He is giving his own story too, and he's perfectly entitled to. He has taken the battle with the tabloids head on. And the thing is,
he's not perfectly entitled to make up claims of phone hacking without evidence.
But he's not making up claims.
OK, Nina, just let Lady V respond.
1 second. Look, a lot of people got hacked, right? I was one of them, but
And is that okay?
No,
it wasn't okay.
No one's saying it's okay, Nina.
But like for me, when I was hacked, I knew I was being hacked, but I never had the evidence. And it wasn't until 10 years ago I actually got an email from the Metropolitan Police saying, we believe you're a part of Operation Golding, and we have proof because your name was found on a farm pilot.
You got somebody who could prove
editor with a pin.
Yes,
now, I was
exactly, but the point is, that is evidence, Nina. Harry has none of that.
Harry doesn't have that, so
he knows.
He knows in his mind, right? He probably
No,
Victoria,
he doesn't know.
Right.
He thinks.
He thinks.
And that's not enough in a court of law.
I agree. No,
Victoria,
He's trying to be his own.
Has the Mirror paid out 100 million or not to people they have hacked?
I don't know the figure.
Right.
I
they have
no idea. Yeah.
Is it likely, or indeed probable, that having settled out of court with William, he's had his case settled out of court, that
I don't know if he's settled with the Mirror.
No, not the Mirror, but he settled his case.
newspapers.
He settled his case out of...
highly
Let me just finish my point.
highly likely that Harry
then
would have
is
been.
it not probable that he would have been hacked? Why would Harry alone not have been hacked?
Well, no, I need to put the opposite side of this. And by the way, can I just be clear? I am not defending for one second any of the phone hacking that went on. But there is no whistleblower here. There is no evidence.
He doesn't have the
Victoria,
hard
lucky you. Did you get paid off?
I did. I didn't have to go to court.
There you are. You didn't have to go to court.
I had the
He
evidence.
is having to go to court.
He didn't have the evidence,
But then there are witnesses on the
he
stand.
doesn't want to settle because he wants his day in court.
The thing is for
and it's
him...
embarrassed him now.
Look,
I mean, Nina, you must have looked at some of those exchanges and thought he looks pathetic.
I did not think. I think he's very brave. He's fantastically brave to stand up on his own against the tide of all the tabloids.
Right.
Because it's not just the Mirror, but all the other tabloids, the Mail and the Sun. I know. I've been a tabloid journalist.
Yeah.
They all are, they all get together and it's like a war.
Yeah.
It's like a war against him. So he is very brave. He's the one man standing. Good on him. Good on him. And the rest of this country actually agrees with him.
Rubbish.
Over 57.
Rubbish.
There was a poll today. 57% of them back him rather than the Mirror.
I think he's brave.
Can Lady V respond?
No, I mean, I totally agree. He's brave because obviously there's always, stuff that's printed that some of it is made up. And we all know that stuff does get made up, right? So, yes, he is being brave, but the problem is he's gone about this in the wrong way.
How else should he have gone about it, Victoria? How else should he have...
He should have
like what?
The evidence.
But there's only so much evidence you can get.
Look,
you cannot say...
Everything was based on just...
No,
they must have.
No,
they did.
That's
and
not
don't you think this is the risk, Nina? Let me ask you a question.
The listing device on Chelsea's
Let me ask you a question, please. Don't you think this is the risk that Meghan has now put Harry in some sort of post-truth world where facts do not matter?
Facts
they just
do matter.
base everything on their feelings, and that's why they were made such fools of with that near-catastrophic New York car chase.
He is a seeker after truth. He wants truth, and that is why he's putting himself through this at great expense. He does not want money out of this. What he wants is the truth, and hopefully the truth will come out.
He
thinks that it's going to close doors for him, right? Because that for him, he's living in this trauma, right, from his mother's death, and he sees the press and the paparazzi, all of them, as the people that killed his mother.
As the enemy.
So he wants closure. He's trying to get closure.
It's not just that. It's because he has been, from a child...
I actually feel so disappointed in you.
Why?
Because you're a journalist.
I am a journalist,
and you should stand up for freedom of the press. And what he wants to do is shut down the reporting of the rich and the powerful.
Truth. I stand up for the truth.
Well, if you stand up for the truth, then you should accept that Harry wasn't hacked.
No, you're saying that Harry was not hacked?
Not by the Mirror, no.
Oh, come on. They hacked everybody. Why would they not hack him?
Well, I'll tell you why.
A special case.
I'll tell you why.
I'll
tell you exactly why they wouldn't have hacked
Maybe
him.
He got hacked by
because they would have been incredibly nervous about the extra security around someone like Prince Harry. So that's why they hack his friends and family members. I'm not OK that, but remember, that case has whistleblowers, and they have not said that Harry was ever hacked.
But it is not OK to hack his family and friends, as you just said.
I know it's not.
You've missed the point.
But the reality is this phone hacking went on years and years ago.
And he was a victim.
I have worked in Fleet Street post-2007, and let me tell you, it completely cleared up his act. What Harry doesn't like is people writing negative stories about him, including me, by the way, and all of my stories, let me tell you, were completely legal, and they're also completely true. He doesn't like it because he only wants really nice coverage.
He's not talking about you. He is talking about the cases that he has brought over a particular
No, he's talking about journalists today.
Well,
he is.
He
slagged off the government and
he mentioned that in
Lady V,
passing.
can you just go into that a bit more?
Yeah, I mean, from reading Spare, right? He will basically fight to the end of the earth to have the whole of like every newspaper shut down.
Yeah.
I mean,
He does not want
what he
newspapers shut down. He wants them to be held to a certain level of integrity, truthfulness.
He wants only positive coverage. And believe me, all three of us know what it's like to have terrible things written about us, but we also accept it because you know what? That's what comes with being in a free democracy.
He is not complaining about terrible things written about. He is complaining about people getting facts.
Okay, final word then. Final word.
You know, the thing about him, right, it's like, look, he was supposed to move to America, being happy with his new wife, like, lay undercover, like, everything that he was supposed to have done, he's done completely the opposite. Like,
because he's deeply unhappy.
He wanted to get away from the press.
He's deeply unhappy.
He's not
Nina Peskov,
he will be,
Lady Victoria Hervey.
He will get the truth,
so much.
and the truth is the most important thing.
Thank you.